A population parameter is a numerical measurement of a population. Examples: the mean is mu, that Greek letter kind of looks like an M. Standard deviation kind of looks like the R, that's sigma. And the proportion is P. A sample statistic is a numerical measurement from a sample. Examples: X with the line over it we call X bar, and it represents the mean. S is the sample standard deviation. And P with the little rooftop is called P hat, and it is for a proportion. Okay, parameter means if you have all of the data, a population, the whole. A statistic is from a sample, and it means if you only have part of the data. Okay, let's say you have a distribution of mu equals 30 and a standard deviation of 24. If you take a random sample of n equals 38, okay, that should say then, not them, then mu of x bar means the sample mean. The sample mean is the same as the population mean, so it's also 30. Now the sample standard deviation, that's the sigma with x bar below it, that means a sample. What you take is the sample. To find the sample standard deviation, you take the standard deviation of 24 and you divide by the square root of n. Okay, so you find the square root first. The square root of 38 is that 6.16 number. Okay, I know that's a lot of decimals, but we do not round until the very end. Okay, that's called intermediate calculations. Okay, unless, or we'll just say to get it correct, you want to hold all your decimals. So we're going to do 24 divided by that big number. And that gives us what's called the sample standard deviation. Okay, now I was going to make 2 separate videos, but I decided to make one full video. So we're going to use the SALT tool. Okay, when I say watch video, this is the video. Okay, with a mean of 30 and a standard deviation of 3.89. So now let's go to all right, so let's go to our homework. Okay, let's go to 6.4 and 5. Okay, so those were the first questions. Okay, to use SALT, we're going to do the same thing that we did last time. Okay, you're going to use our standard deviation, okay, whatever the mean was. Okay, if the mean was 30 and the standard deviation was 3.89, and you want between, let's say you want between 25 and 35, okay, and that'll give you your probability. Okay, if you want less than, you use your left tail, and if you want greater than, you use your right tail. Okay, so that will help you with those last questions. All right, so if you click use SALT, but you have to find the mean and standard deviation of the sample. So that means you're going to use the mean and standard deviation that you find by the mean is the same. The standard deviation, you have to divide by the square root of n to get the sample standard deviation.